Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Marikas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry, who again has found a nice, sunny, warm day at CQ that the rest of us can't find. And Coach, you just came off a 2-game road trip against Elon and against William and Mary. Let's talk a little bit about the Elon game. You were extremely shorthanded at the point guard position in that ball game, and I've got to say, afterwards, I don't know that I've ever seen you happier after a game. I mean, that was just a gutty performance by your team last Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, Elon's a good team, and they played a tough schedule, and to be down all those guys and ask guys to play out of position, we were just really proud of the kids. I thought our scouting report was good, our attention to detail was good, and it's just we kind of went into this year, Spirit, with more ball handlers or point guards than we've ever had, and then all of a sudden to have like 3 out of 4 of them down was and no time to prepare for it. You're worried, but it's been a resilient group of guys. It was a great win. They're all great wins, especially on the road, but that was a particularly satisfying one.
Yeah, and 59-54, it was one of your favorites, a rock fight all the way through. Neither team ever really got much separation. It was a tough game throughout.
Yeah, it was. We had a good push in the second half to get up 9, and then they came storming back. They got some guys that made some tough shots and a big offensive rebound play, and then it was good. We were able to get to the foul line, and Cam Holden makes 4 straight free throws. Nick Timberlake makes 2 big ones. They're not free, so those guys showed a lot of mental toughness. But like I said, great road win under some challenging conditions.
Well, and things got a little better on Monday night as far as your roster is concerned. Jason Gibson, whose grandmother had died on Friday and had to miss the Elon game, came back on Monday, and boy, did he come back. 22 points, 6 of 10 from three-point range, and you guys took a big lead early and really never looked back against William and Mary.
Yeah, obviously it says a lot about Jason, and that's a tough thing. And family is obviously so important, and he wanted to come back, and he came back, and he was tremendous. He's a tough kid. We were really locked in. William and Mary have been playing well.
They were undefeated in the conference.
And they just, they're making shots, and Dane's done a good job down there. He's got good young players, and I just liked how locked in we were. There's another one, I thought our scouting was good. A lot of that stuff that doesn't, Coach Clark had the Elon scout, and Parfait had William Mary scout, and both did a really, really good job. Just trying to identify a couple things our guys need to stay locked in on. I thought the guys did a good job of that. So our defense was good against William and Mary early, and then both teams started making shots, and Jason early, Antonio, Nick. I mean, the ball was moving. Our offense was at a really, really high level. A really high level the other night, and it's fun to watch when the ball moves like that.
All right, you mentioned somebody, and someone I don't know that we've ever talked much about, and that's Parfait. And boy, has he, I've been with you since the beginning, and since Parfait has been here, boy, has he grown over the last couple of years. And how important is that to the program?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, he played for Coach Clark and I at Rhode Island, and then his brother came, William Moto, to transfer with us, and he's really developed. He started out as our video guy, and has really grown the last couple of years. I don't know if I've ever had a guy improve as much as he's improved. He's really good with our guys. He's a worker. He's loyal. Got good values. And he's tough. I mean, I'm on him probably more than I should be with some stuff, but he's really done a good job with helping with our offense, and spent a lot of time on developing our guys. And it's a good at this. And I still, we got a lot of basketball left to go, but I'm incredibly pleased with the performance of our staff. It has the chance to be the best staff we've ever had. We've had some good ones. We had some guys who've had a lot of really good guys come through here, and working on some other excellent programs. I mean, so and we're always appreciative of those guys. But these guys have been connected, and they've done a really good job with our kids.
And how does that help you from a standpoint of when you have assistant coaches that you can really put a lot of faith in?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, like ultimately, there's a lot that goes on, and there's a lot to deal with. The more we can be proactive and manage or limit distractions, the easier it is to come in and coach the team. I'm good, bad, or indifferently. I'm a guy that wants to know what's going on and be hands on. But when a lot of that stuff is handled, you just have a clearer, cleaner head in order to coach a team. The one thing after doing this a while, I know where my weaknesses are, and try to stay aware of your blind spots. But I also know, like, the guys that coaches, staff, and players that buy in will have success with those guys, and the relationships of the guys that have been here. I talk to our former guys every day. Those are the relationships that I'll have forever. That is the most important part of the job.
All right. Well, you're going to have a clear head this week because you've got two good opponents coming into CQ. Thursday night, College of Charleston, and then Saturday, what could be a showdown for early first place dominance in the CAA as you take on Wilmington, who, as we speak now, is undefeated and the only undefeated team in the conference. Let's talk about the Cougars first. 4 players averaging double digits, led by Bucknell transfer John Meeks, who's averaging just under 16 points a game. Pat Kelsey, their new head coach. How have they changed this year as opposed to when Earl Grant was there the previous years?
Yeah, I mean, Pat Kelsey's a proven winner, did an outstanding job at Winthrop, and Skip Prosser, protege, was a Hall of Fame coach. So they're good. I mean, they're really good. First of all, they play at the fastest tempo in the country. I mean, the entire country. So they are coming at you. They're deep. I told our guys yesterday, they have really, really talented physical guys. I mean, the kid Meeks, he's a lot like Cam Holden. He put the ball in his hands and he makes plays, rebounds, scores, passes, posts it, shoots it. He's terrific. They're huge. Sparrow at the 5 spot. The kid Underwood is a terrific lead guard. He's relentless. They've got shooting. They have a freshman who's going to be obviously rookie of the year in the league, Rainey Smith, who is a sensational left-handed shooter. Reminds me of like a Sharonis Marshallonis back in the day, the Hall of Famer who from Russia who came over, Golden State Warriors. I mean, they're really good. They rebound the ball at an incredibly high level, and they're Charleston. They're talented. They're tradition laden, and Kelsey's going to elevate that thing. So we're going to have to play really, really at a high level tomorrow. It's a grown man's basketball game tomorrow night.
The one thing that stands out, though, is their opponents go to the line much more than they do, 48 times in 15 games. And I know that's something you always looked at, is getting to the free throw line more than your opponent.
Well, we're top, 40 in the country at getting to the foul line. Maybe make sure you send that stat over to the officiating crew, because I do believe at this point you kind of are what you are. So hopefully we can get to the foul line tomorrow night, because, like I said, I'm really impressed with their speed, their toughness, their depth, how hard they play, and they've had a really hard schedule. I mean, a really hard schedule. I mean, they swept Tulane. They won at Chattanooga, which is really the highest net win for our entire conference. They played well against North Carolina. So they're good. It's the deal. I mean, all these teams present a different challenge, and we've got to stick to the script. We also got to continue to do some things well that we've been able to do well to date.
And we should mention the CAA right now is ranked higher than it has been in several years, as far as nationally in the national conference ranking.
I don't like hearing that.
Yeah, but you're close to the top of the pack, so that should make you feel good.
Proud peacock today, feather duster tomorrow, Spirit.
Well, and then Saturday, what could be a showdown for first place is UNCW comes into CQ at 2:00. Jalen Sims, a familiar name for them, averaging 14 points a game. and they have really come on. They're undefeated in the conference. They've really come on over the last 3-4 weeks.
Well, Takayo's doing a really good job. I have great respect for him, and he and I had a tough year last year, so we had talked a lot. And I thought he did a good job coaching his team last year when they were banged up and on pauses and everything else. They play incredibly hard. Their perimeter is hard to guard. I mean, we tried to recruit Shaquem Phillips and Michael Coro from Florida is terrific all-around player. And like you said, Sims is a first-team all-league guy, and they got the kid Fourn's back. And so they're really, if there is a similarity to Charleston, it's both these teams, the speed and their ability to beat you off the dribble is a really, really hard thing to defend. And then I'd say both programs and coaches, they get these guys to play really hard. So that petrifies you as a coach.
Well, the other thing is, and you say they play at an up tempo, but they don't turn the ball over like you. They're averaging, just a little more than 10 turnovers per ball game.
I'm knocking on wood. We got to take care of the ball. It's been a big, it's hard to make threes, get fouled, or rebounded if you turn it over. So this group so far has done a good job with that. I've been happy the way our guys have taken pride in taking care of the ball and throwing the ball on time and on target and maintaining spacing. I think and that's where our staff and Parfait in particular has done a really good job with our guys, because those things help you. I've said this to people lately, like you never go into the season saying, boy, I hope we don't move the ball. I think it comes down to obviously some drills and some things you emphasize, but more than that, the skill level of your players. We have a lot of guys that can pass the ball, and then the willingness of those individual guys to pass the ball. It says a lot about their intent. That's the key.
All right, Coach. Well, we hope everybody will come on out to CQ Thursday and Saturday. Tigers could use the support as it's a couple of difficult opponents and looking to go bigger and further this year.
As we like to say, Spiro, it's better to live one day as a Tiger than 1,000 days as a sheep.
Coach, we will talk to you soon. Thank you. And thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report.